Guys, welcome to another episode of Purse First, the only podcast exclusively about the girls and the gays who rap. I'm Sesali, also known as Bad Fat Black Girl.
I'm Pierre, also known as Prince Charming P.
Why we going regular degular this time?
Because I haven't thought of anything, and I'm like, this weekend when I went out, people were like, "Oh, you're Prince Charming P." So I'm like, this week I'm gonna be Prince Charming P.
Did you do your little red dress thing this week?
No, I did not. I think that's homosexual.
Oh, are we hetero? We still hetero?
Yeah.
After Pride.
I also speaking of going out, I also left the club and everybody was like, "Where you going?" And I was like, "Man, I gotta get home. My girl tripping." And everybody was like, "What?"
You are insane. Well, I'm glad you didn't go because that one episode that you had posted was, that one dress that you had posted was ugly. So
that was a dress I wore last year. Since you are a girl, so you know
if you let me tell you something.
And all that
if you are going to put on a dress, you bitches better step.
But here's the thing. This is what you girls don't realize. These dresses is not like I've seen you at the what ball you went to, the Zola ball, like Zulu ball. Like I know how you look for dresses. And
well, that dress was custom made.
Exactly. So these dresses is for us to get drunk and us to be hoes and walk down the street. Like we got on Chucks. We don't have on heels. We don't, these dresses.
Right.
And I got balls. I need my balls to breathe. I need like this. I need
a dress is not doing anything for your body. Like that's the whole point of a dress.
I sweat. Y'all talking about body. I'm running. I'm I needed to be flowy. You was in air conditioning. This is us walking up and down the street to the gay club, to the bars, and all this other stuff. I need air.
Bitches want to be cute, but they don't know that beauty is discomfort and pain. Anyway, I have a very, very important update from last week's episode.
Oh, yeah.
About Missy Elliott, because I went to go see Missy Elliott last week, guys.
You did.
I just want to say, Pierre and I wasted so much time talking about Hot Girl Summer Tour versus Pink Friday 2 Tour. Oh, baby.
Because the tour.
We were wasting time because Missy Elliott's... Y'all. Missy, we just told y'all this last week. Missy has so many hits. First of all, it's nonstop. You're not sitting down. It was songs that I was forgetting about. It was songs that it was like a little transition where they just had a DJ come out and DJ some other songs that she had produced for other people. And not to mention, the openers were Sierra hits.
Why are you calling them openers, Sesali?
Her
cold tour, yeah, something.
Her co-performers, okay. The people who opened for me, I'm sorry, they're openers to me because Missy Elliott is the queen of hip hop. They opened for Missy. I don't care what nobody say. Were Busta Rhymes and Sierra. Oh, baby, it was
not the aunties was in there going crazy.
Baby. And wait. The aunties was in there going so crazy. And it's like it was the aunties like a generation before Pierre and I. These was the cherry tattoo aunties. The Betty Boop. No, not quite the great aunties, but like
because we're
the Boop tattoo aunties.
We're the aunties now, and the aunties
right
before us.
But we still the lit aunties. You know what I'm saying? Like we still the, you know what I'm saying? Like we still the, you have those aunties that you can still pop out with. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, me and my auntie was gonna have a drink. We had a time. Okay, cool. Like, is we gonna be wearing the same shit y'all wearing? No, we ain't gonna have our asses hanging out the bottom, nothing like that. I'm gonna see my man this weekend. I'm actually trying to figure out what I'm gonna wear to go see Usher. And my friend got this one dress with the cheeks hang out, and my friend was like, I can't do it. I can't wear my booty cheeks out. She was like, maybe I should put some shorts on underneath. I was like, just find another dress. Because here's the thing. As auntie, as younger lit aunties, we have to either go for it if we still want to be, young and lit, or we have to just lean into something else. I'm like, you can't be the auntie with the shorts on under your dress where it just looks like you were just uncomfortable with being unmodest. Like, just go for something else. Like, just go, like, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that's where our generation struggles. That's why people be talking about us when they be saying we don't look our age. Cause sure, our faces might look a certain way, but then we'll put like that girl in that green dress who had that chunky wooden heel, talking about some girls that ain't, you get what I'm saying? I'm distracted now though. Not only was it Auntie Fest for like that generation older than us, the Missy show had so many older studs who I could tell was bringing their young girlfriend.
This why Sesali liked it. It was stud fest.
No, but it was like,
stud fest.
It wasn't even stud fest, but all the studs that were there, I could tell were with like younger like partners, and I'm like, oh, this that get back for them having to go to the hot girl summer tour to go see Sexy Red. They say, I'm bringing your ass with me to see.
Not the sugar studs.
It was so cute.
Not the sugar studs, right there.
We are not old enough to be sugar studs. They were just a lesbian couples where I could see an age difference.
If you make the money out the group, you the sugar stud. Why studs always got money? Oh my God. They need to teach these niggas.
That is propaganda. That is propaganda. The studs do not always have money. The difference is that with whatever money studs do have,
they spend it on their girl.
Shit on their bitch. They gonna spend it on them. That's the issue. They don't, all of them don't actually be having money. Actually, a lot of them don't have money. Well, but the money that they got, they gonna trick it off, which is why I love them. I keep telling the girls, I'm like, have you tried lesbianism yet? Like, talking about how these niggas ain't shit. Like, baby,
and keep in mind, the studs and the lesbians ain't shit either. But you would rather get some money out the situation if you go get your heart broke.
You will be compensated for your time, or it's you're not gonna have the audacity on top of everything else of them having a handout,
That's it.
And if they do, they're gonna be hitting you with the like, my family abandoned me, my mental health. It's gonna be like, you know what I mean? Like, let's go
talk to the lady.
Drastic circumstances, yeah. Like, oh my God, like I think But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Just purse guys.
Oh my God.
If y'all love this little podcast that is not about dating relationships, but it's actually about female and queer rap, make sure that y'all are giving us a 5-star rating, writing reviews wherever you listen to this podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to watch this podcast. That is where you can see our pretty faces. Y'all can see that I broke a nail this morning. I'm very devastated by it. And also, fuck with us on Patreon. Our Patron is, you know what I'm saying, it gets you going over there every time. Like, we've been actually having like some good bonus content. You have all access to the complete back catalog. For people who've been listening to this podcast, if y'all notice, there always comes a point in this podcast as last where all of a sudden it pauses and it jumps ahead and you like, okay, I know they was just talking about something, but I couldn't hear it and it's cut off, and I don't know why. It's because
we on
that's
Patron.
As last.
We off the Patron.
And that is for our patrons only. So even if you watch this on YouTube, you'll get to the part where the conversation goes into something else that we don't let you see. And that's because y'all need to fuck with us on Patreon. It's only $5 a month. You got it.
Now,
let's get into the episode.
Y'all, today we are gathered here to talk about mulatto.
Now, why would you bring that girl's old name back?
I'm sorry. I don't like dead naming people.
Don't do that.
We are here to talk about Latto's new album. I actually really got into like her face. We'll talk about her video later. But anyway, we are here to talk about Latto's new album. And we have a lot of thoughts. General thoughts on the music, though. Sesali, Yeah, it's a yes or no question. We know how you like to become Maya Angelou when do you like the album? See?
No. And only because you backed me into a corner. I do not like the album, but I have very positive reviews of the album. Actually.
Oh my God. For the listeners who listen every week, or if you're brand new listening today, Sesali and I, we don't share our opinions. Like, we'll talk about something on the side, but we don't share our actual opinions until the show records. And it is always interesting when we are on the same exact page. I do not like the album, but I have a lot of good stuff to say about the album.
Yes,
and that is so
absolutely.
weird because it's like, if you got a lot of good stuff to say about the album, bitch, you like the album. But let's just go track by track. I knew Sesali wouldn't like it anyway, but yes.
And I knew you wouldn't like it, and I know exactly why you don't. And I'm sure we're gonna get to it.
Yes, I have.
And I'm sure we're gonna get to it. Okay, so we're gonna track by track. Yeah. The album does start really strong for me with Georgia Peach because I really do like Georgia Peach.
Okay.
And also Pierre, remember that's the song. No, it's not. That's not the song that she performed. Remember that slow song that she
at
performed?
The BET Awards.
It was it was I think it might have been either, was it There She Go or
Sunday Service?
No. That's her big single. I'm talking. Remember at the BET Awards,
I know at the beginning when she was sitting down and she was looking.
Yeah.
Okay, let me.
I think it might be. Oh, it's Shout Out to Me. Shout Out to Me.
Oh, Shout Out to Me. Okay.
It's Shout Out to Me. Yes, sorry. I'm like, no. I know for a fact. Okay.
Which also could have been an opener, but we'll talk about that later.
Which also could have been, because that's definitely, again, her dreams and nightmares.
Get up, right? And all that.
I was going to say, just starting out with Georgia Peach, like if we go on track by track, I do just want to say in general, the album opens strong for me. And I try not to judge the album by Georgia Peach. And I was like, I kind of like this. I'm getting into it. But I remember as she's doing these like sing-songy bars, which are still good bars, I just want to say. They just were sing-songy. I was like, I hope she don't do this the whole album.
Oh, she did.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
She did it.
She does it for the whole album. But Georgia Peach, though, I think it really worked. And I really liked it.
Okay. I think it's an interesting take on opening up the album. And I said, Sesali and I love the Get Up 10 Dreams and Nightmares opening. It's very strong. I said the auto-tune really just makes me laugh. It's not bad. It's not the worst that I've heard from rappers. It just makes me laugh. It's just funny. But I like Georgia Peach. Now, I don't think she should have did a video for it, but okay.
Yeah, that's so interesting that was the song that she chose to do a video for. But
who told you to do that? Who?
Yeah, that was an interesting decision. Let's talk about Big Mama, because Pierre, do you remember when we sat up here on this show and we heard the first part of Big Mama when she performed Big Mama at the BET Awards? And we was like, Big Mama, she had already been sampling, the first, part of Big Mama. And we was like, I do not like that Big Mama song. I do not like that Big Mama song. But whatever that other song is she performed, I like it.
Okay.
Why it took me literally until listening to the album to realize that
it's the same song.
Big Mama. It's the second half of Big Mama. When I tell y'all, that's how much I dislike the first part of Big Mama, that I refused to go listen to it all the way through. So when I kept going to look for the other song that I liked, I kept just doing Big Mama. And I'm like, why the fuck can't I find it? She must not have released the other song yet. Child, it was the same song. It's the second half of Big Mama. And okay, I get where you're going. That was a very, again, I like to see Latto is making, intentional decisions to be more creative with her music, and I applaud that. But I hate that first part of Big Mama so much that I never would have made it to the other part until I sat down and just listened to the album in its entirety. I'm like, okay, let me let Big Mama play, and then the other song came out, and I was like, wait, you mean I could have just been listening to this the whole time? It was out.
She wrote on Twitter that she doesn't want people. See, this is where she tricked me into listening to the album. She wrote on Twitter that even Big Mama, she don't want people to skip
it
because her album flows. So I'm sitting up there thinking it's Beyonce Renaissance in that shit is transitioning like
yes,
and
not exactly.
I could have skipped it. I wrote in my notes this song,
but I'm glad I didn't.
It's so tink coded and Dej Low.
I'm glad I didn't though, because I do like the second half of the song so much.
Well, that's because it wakes up. Sesali does not. I put this in my notes.
It's so drastically different.
Sesali does not like for the rap girls to be in their spoken word type, and that's all in my notes. Every single song I said, I bet Sesali doesn't like this. I bet Sesali doesn't like that spoken word shit. That
I do not like when the girls slow it down. I do not like when the girls slow it down, and this is something that is going to come up over and over again on this album. I mean, to the point where I'm like, damn, Latto, did you want to make an R&B album?
Oh, let's keep going.
Okay. Blick something. Blick something. It's a song about how she real street niggas, and you know what I'm saying, they gotta do they big one for her, whatever.
You don't like it?
I love no, I do actually. I love the concept. I love the song. I have a thought that I'm gonna say for the end around overall thematically something that keeps coming up on this album that I don't like that Latto is doing, but I'm gonna save that for later. But I did actually like Blick something.
Okay.
And then I think after this is where the album starts to start wobbling for me. For me personally.
Latto, I don't trust no man without no blicky either. Y'all know, first listeners, y'all know, I love ghetto songs. I love ghetto songs. If it's about hitting somebody on top of the head with a bottle or something, rewind that. What she say on that part? I did notice that Latto rap for men.
She does. Latto raps. A lot of these songs are. Okay, I was gonna say this for the end, but I'll say some of it up front.
I knew this was what you were saving for the end.
A lot of Latto's lyrical content recently has been about basically how she knew a real nigga when she see one, and how she recognized a real nigga. And I feel like it's a lot of pandering to men in that way. I feel like for Latto, being a bad bitch to her is
getting male attention.
Getting male attention from the right type of niggas, having a low body count, basically being. I was like, is Latto a pygmy?
A lot of that can contribute to, and I promised I was not going to say this, but I'm going to say it. Men writing for her.
Okay, Pierre.
See, I knew Sesali was, but listen, when I wrote Latto raps for men, and I just want to keep it as that. But ultimately, I just think that some of this is just niggas wrote. Remember when I told you in this episode, I can just tell when a man wrote something? So I tried to take myself out of that, and I just wrote like all these songs is for like niggas. Like you can tell the ultimate reason why I don't like the overall album is because I do not smoke weed. I think this album is for people who smoke weed. Like the whole album smells like weed and LED lights. Like it's an Atlanta hookah weed LED light thing. That's not my thing. And that's the only negative thing I have to say about it. But I think if I'm a nigga, I would enjoy it.
Because Latto says that she writes all of her own bars. Mm-hmm. I am going to believe her. When people show you who they are, believe them. And what I am going to say is that I think that Latto listens to a lot of nigga, wants to impress a lot of niggas. Mm-hmm. She thinks that I think she has that mentality of the queen of rap, where it's like, no, their opinions are the ones that matter on who is the best rapper. Their opinions are the ones that, and I think that's who she listens to. That's who she pulls her inspiration from. Yep. That's where she gets her lingo. I just think that I agree with you in that she raps for nigga, and I think that is emulated in that. And you know, that makes me a little sad. But you know, because it's not my vibe, right? That's not me. I can't relate.
But, and women are her fan base. Like niggas ain't listening to you, Latto.
Yeah. However, I will say a lot of bitches are pick-me's. So I don't think that is to say that she won't be able to find an audience of, you know, women who just think they better than all the other bitches. Because that is also the sentiment of a lot of songs. Like, let's go to Settle Down. Yeah. This is a song about, you know, Hardy had his way with you. He gonna settle down. Like, it's about, you know, how much her nigga love her, how much her nigga like her.
And I thought, in my notes, I thought it was a love song too. But she uses wordplay a lot in this song with the settle down, because overall it's about like, with me, he's gonna settle down. But it's also telling these hoes, settle, like, don't play with me, settle down. So I like that. I just hate that. Like Sesali said in the beginning, like, it's like, Latto, are you going to make this a R&B album? I hate the rap singing so much. I hate to sing rap.
Yeah, but and I also will say, however, although Latto is definitely throwing a lot of shots in this album, we see it even on this song. Like, for example, where she say, "I won't even tweet. I just hop on the beat when they lying on me." You know, her whole thing has been like, get in a booth, you know, in terms of Ice Spice. You know, I don't kiss bitches' ass. I don't pretend like I get along with bitches. I think a lot of that is directed at Nicki. So, you know, I think she's putting that a little bit in here, but I could tell that the overall vibe was that she was going for this kind of like soft girl, you know, I'm just a pretty girl at the hood. It's like, and my man love me. Shrimp and Grits with featuring Young Nudie. I actually like this one a little bit. I don't know what it was. I think it's just country thick, like Shrimp and Grits. These niggas be Simpson licks. Yeah, I like that niggas be Simpson licks. Simpson licks. It was just cute.
So this was different, but kind of boring to me. And I said this was the part of the album where I was like, okay, I'm really appreciating short albums like Ice Spice, because this,
baby,
I was like, I can be done right now.
Because it doesn't really switch up. Like, it doesn't, like, you think that you are going to get like, oh, maybe there's some versatility. It does not really, honestly, I think that's like the word for the album, is that it's kind of boring to me, and Pierre, because we don't like this type of music. I think this is the type of music where Pierre and I can unite to say that we don't like it. It's one song on here I was like, oh, I bet you Pierre like this song. We'll get to it. But yeah, I think to us this music is just kind of like boring. But you know, a lot of people like it, and I also cannot underscore this enough. Lyrically, Latto like brought her A game to this album. Like the bars is there.
You know,
like,
my spoken words ass.
Whether she rapping them.
Oh, Alyssa, ain't that her name or whatever? Like,
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. I'm sorry. Shrimp and Grits is not the song I like. I do like that line, niggas is Simpson licks. Shrimp and Grits is not the song I thought was cute. Is There She Goes.
Okay. Here we go. See, I hate when we agree. I said, this is going to go, this should have been the single. This is going to go ham in the gay clubs. This is going to go ham this is so Atlanta. This should,
on TikTok.
What label is she a part of?
Amor, what label is Latto signed to?
Because who listened to this album and just skipped over that and didn't think that There She Go should be the...
Yeah, that was a cute little single. Outside of, obviously, I do think Sunday Service and Put It on the Floor, obviously, because those songs are on this album. They're listed as like bonus tracks, but I think obviously those are the singles.
12 versions.
But yeah, I think There She Go would have been a strong new single. That's what she should have made a video to instead of Georgia Peach, if you ask me.
Oh, she with RCA.
RCA. Okay, thanks more. Brokey.
You don't like it?
No.
She had... Y'all, I really want y'all to listen to this album so y'all can understand the silence. Because I feel like Sesali and I took our bias out of this and we really want the root for Latto. And you need that it factor to just bring us in and keep us there. Like, for me, Brokey, I'm like, I can't wait to go around telling people, Brokey. But that's...
And also somebody else just used that.
Really?
And
was it JT?
I can't think of who it is. No, it's somebody else. Brokey.
She said, bitches got to wait till their birthday. Bitches got to wait till their birthday to go out of town. Like, stuff like that make me laugh. I love when female rappers talk their shit. Like, I love shit like that. So I can post it on my Instagram and stuff. But that's when I say that's it, like, that's it.
Is this the song where she say when ice melted ain't shit but water or something like that? She got a one song on here where she say when ice melted it ain't shit but water. I was
her what's the song where she did the video and all the rap bitches was in the background?
No. That's when she said I got ice
boiling.
Jesus walked on water. I got ice boiling her. No, on this album, she has another bar where she says, "Ice, when it gets too hot or something, ice ain't shit but water or something like that." And I'm like, okay, girl, if you gonna keep dissing the girl, say something personal now. Like, girl, stop. Okay, enough plays on Ice Spice name. Yeah, say something like that, girl. Like, please. Copper Cove featuring Huncho. It was an absolute no for me.
You and skipping Sesali? I'm like, I got my note.
Oh, I'm sorry. H&M. Sorry, I skipped the interlude because
I put white lady.
It's just an interlude. Pierre, leave that lady's mama alone.
Oh my God! Oh, that was my only note was a white lady. Okay, H&M. Why did you skip this? Was it accident or you wanted to?
No, I accidentally skipped that.
I'm like, okay.
But no, I mean, yeah,
I think I got to hear it in the car. She has a lot of good.
I listened to this album in the car first.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Damn, Sesali. Mm-hmm. So you got a different experience. Where you was coming from?
Mm-hmm. I just was running errands and I had to pick my nigga up from the airport. So I had some time to listen to it. Actually, no. The first time I listened to it was actually on the computer, and then I listened to it again in the car because I knew we was gonna talk about it.
Okay, so listening to things in the car for your young kids, it's totally different. So this is a song that I reserve. I'm like, I'm gonna listen to this in the car when I drive to work. But Hurt and Miserable is insane because I thought this bitch was gonna be talking about one of my favorite stores.
What?
H&M.
Oh, child. Although in this song she does say petty bitch at your big age, that's just pitiful. I'd come for me too if I was broke and ain't have shit to lose. Bougie, bad, and bossy rich as fuck. I ain't got shit to prove. Ooh.
Is it Copper Code?
Petty. She said petty bitch at your big age.
Is she talking about
Onika? I wonder what that's about.
Yeah.
I think she is. Yeah, right. I think she is. I'll tell you one thing. The girls have said the girls are not backing down from their beefs in the latest album. So but I will say that, baby.
It do get to the point where it seems like they're arguing with themselves. And I hate that. As a hood nigga, I hate that. Don't make me seem like this beef is one-sided. That's just...
Yeah. I actually feel like I'm very much so of the mind of address it once and lay it to rest, because when you keep making these little subliminal,
it seemed like you hurt.
And also like for people who do think that Nicki Minaj is petty, that's what she does that makes people think that, because if Nicki don't like a bitch, she gonna sub in every song she make for a year. She gonna have some subs.
A year, like, baby. Nicki ran Little Kim for. I was like, okay, girl.
Yeah, like running into the ground. So I be like, nah, just say it once. And like I like the back and forth of the beef. Like, don't just make that part of like your personality of all your songs now that you addressing this one bitch. So yeah, Copper. Okay, now can we just Copper Code was such a chop for me to the point where it actually made me think Huncho wasn't fine no more, because I don't think I ever knew what his music sounded like, what he sounded like on the track, and I was like,
I said I hate that type of rap. I hate that type of rap. I hate it.
I hate it.
This is... I didn't know Latto was so Dej Loaf coded.
Very much so.
I didn't know that. Because the song she put out, I never listened to Latto's like big bodies of work. I only listened to like her mainstream singles, and when she put those out, she be rapping. Her album is so like sing rapping like Dej. Let a nigga try me. I'ma kill his whole motherfucking family. Like it's so
yeah.
I can tell a nigga wrote this.
Oh my God, you so irritating.
But I also put it's a chop for me. I hate this type of rap. I hate whatever nigga introduced this type of rap, whether it was Future or who. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah.
Ear Candy.
I'm like, I feel about that style of like sing-songy mumble rap how I'm sure like old hip hop heads felt about like Migos. I'm like, what? Like, I do not like that like Percocet flow, like where it just sounds like the drugs is just taking you down.
Like you got a couple
just
lean
taking over your body.
You got a couple lean in your hand when you're in the studio. And it's crazy because the most drug using rapper don't even sound like that. Lil Wayne, as high as he was still go rap.
Yeah. I did not like
I guess Sesali, but I guess Sesali is not gonna
like at this point. You see, I'm trying to rush through the rest of these because I'm just like, no. I'm glad you took notes because it was just like no. That's my note saying no.
Sesali is not gonna like this. I love Coco Jones so much. We're talking about Ear Candy, y'all. I love Coco Jones so much, and here is a note. And I want Latto to keep doing this. I wish the new rap girls use the R&B girls to sing their hooks. Stop doing it yourself, y'all. I love Trina and Kelly. I love Lil Kim and Mary. Use the R&B girls who are out to sing y'all hooks. Latto, I do not want to hear you sing it. Get Coco Jones. Get Money Long. Let these new girls sing y'all hooks. That was my note.
Okay, can I share an alternative opinion?
What?
So, and I okay, well, not an alternative opinion. I want to add to that. I think that, remember, I think I said this when we were talking about the Missy Elliott episode, and I was talking about how hip hop and R&B are marketed.
Oh,
so
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So differently now, right? Like, so, you know, it's hard for, I think, today's younger audiences to imagine like a true R&B singer, like an actual, like, you know, like a Jasmine Sullivan on like a Migos song, right? But like back in the day, that was not far fetched. Like wasn't. Mariah Carey literally was collabing with like Roots, like Old Dirty Bastard, right? Like
me and Mariah.
So now I think we have this like subgenre of like this sing-songy trap music that I think the young kids think is R&B. Which is not like,
that's so
it's
crazy.
Not like it's really not. And I think that frustrates me because then we have this middle ground where everybody's set up to fail, because now you're bringing somebody like Coco Jones in to sing a song like this, and then Latto is like trying to rap a song like this. Like, it's like this no man's land where like no one should be, in my opinion. Whereas like, yeah, like I want to see y'all actually bring in some like play with some neo-soul artists, like play with some Harry Coochie music girls, right? Like play with some, bring in some, like, it don't always have to be Summer Walker, Ari Lennox. Like bring in
some natural deodorant wearing bitches.
It don't even have to be that. Like I'm thinking about like you are so petty. I'm thinking about like a Sabrina Claudio. Well, that, you know, everybody mad at her. They say she racist, but like you probably don't even know who that is. But like that's
a white girl. She
not white. She like some type of Latina.
She brown.
Yeah,
that is a white girl.
You think so? Oh, girl, I got to investigate. Amore.
Amore said, isn't she with Tiger right now?
Oh,
she got to be white. Oh my God.
I do. I think that the rappers who, you know, and this is why I like, she's Cuban and Puerto Rican, which means honestly she's probably a white Latina, because those are both two Spanish speaking ass countries where they do not like niggas. They be real colorist over there, but we'll see. Anyway, I just think that like I want to see more. This is why people like Tyler the Creator are so much better than all of the other rappers. Correct. Because when you have a good ear for music, and you gonna make the type of music that you want to make, and that shit still gonna slap. Like Tyler the Creator was putting Roy Ayers on his fucking songs, like. And so, you know, I also do want to Latto's credit, I do not think they give the rap girls as much like leeway and freedom as someone like Tyler the Creator might have at this, you know, level of his career. Is probably a lot of people in the studio with Latto telling her what it should sound like, telling her what her audience wants to hear. And we actually are going to get to audience after we go through this track list. But like, yeah, like I still have positive reviews of the album because I see where Latto was going, and I see what she was trying to do, and I see that she is somebody who has like a diversity of interests and sounds. I just don't know if it was necessarily executed at the best level, and I think that that's something that can evolve for Latto too. I think absolutely going in this direction, we can get it, but I also just want to. This is why Doja Cat, I'm so sorry. I'm going to be honest.
What's crazy, Sesali, I'm sorry to cut you off. What's crazy is you jumped high to Doja Cat. I went as far as JT. Like.
I saw more just said, someone said the album is Drake coded. I also have seen people saying that this album sounds like, early Drake. Yeah, okay. Like it sounds like kind of like a female kind of inspired version, which makes sense. And Latto, please don't let your light skinnedness be your downfall like it did for Drake, because you already kind of on this little pick me type. I still got hope for you, sister. Please take heed, because if that is what you're trying to do, like, just be careful. All right, Liquor.
It was cool. I put another song about fucking, groundbreaking. And I'm not even one of those people that be like, oh, she talking about fucking too much. But I was just like, oh my God, Latto girl. I think it's her age, or is her and Megan the same age? It's something about her that seems little formula. Girl.
No, she's a little younger than Megan. Latto is okay. Speaking of age, here's something else that that kept coming to me. I was like, Latto technically is a child star. And remember when we were talking, we had a Patreon exclusive content. She's 25. Amor just confirmed.
Thank you, Amor.
We had a Patreon, and she's been rapping since she was 13. Yeah. So she spent all of her formative years essentially trying to get her rap career off the ground. And so she's essentially a child star. And remember when we had a Patreon video where we were like, why doesn't Latto have like that stronghold fan base like someone like Ice Spice does? And we were like, one, basically, she hasn't had like a big like hip hop single. She's had big energy, which was kind of, pop. We talked. Basically, we're like, oh yeah, she hasn't had a big. So she has great features. She has great hip hop features, but she doesn't have her own big like, okay, this is a rap bitch single, right? Like a Bodak Yellow, like a Big Old Freak, like a like a FNF or a Yeah Glow or something like that. But I was also saying there's something about Latto's brand that for me is not connecting. And it was crazy because I heard a lot of people saying like, oh, this new album is like so perfect for Latto's brand. And I was like, is it? Like, I don't feel like I know what the girl's brand is. And as I was listening to this album, and I was also remembering how old she is, I was like, maybe that's also part of the problem, is that like Latto is essentially a child star. So a lot of that shit about like Clayco and like, it's like, I mean, yeah, I know you grew up in Atlanta. I know you probably had some of those experiences, but it's almost given like, I kind of just don't believe you. Like, it's almost given like, okay, we know your nigga is the Atlanta street nigga. And then that, and then you from Atlanta. But I don't know. Like, something
this album was way too old for her.
Yeah. Like, it's like, yeah, maybe this does align with a brand that she's trying to like curate. But like, is that the right brand? And I think some of y'all have just kind of fallen for that. Or no, I shouldn't say falling for it. Some of y'all think that the brand feels good and feels authentic and y'all like it. That is not my reading of it. And I think to me, that is why, despite all of her immense talent, to me, Latto is still not.
There's a disconnect with y'all.
Yeah, that spark is not quite happening just yet. And I do think a lot of it has to do with the brand. I have more thoughts on that, but I'm gonna wait till we finish the track list. I mean, even getting through the track list, just talking about it, it's just feeling, it's taking me so long.
I'm checking off the songs as we go through them, and it's like we still got 11 songs to go. Ooh, but Squeeze, yeah. I can see Squeeze being used commercially. Megan Thee Stallion, shout out to the hotties.
That's my least favorite Megan type flow.
What? That's
like, the same. Yeah, like I don't like when Megan. Got another I also flow. Don't like when Megan.
That is no shade. That is no shame. President Megan of the hotties.
I feel like Megan was also kind of doing that, like sing songy, because Megan will do that shit sometimes too. And I feel like she was kind of like, it got a little melodic for me. I'll say that. It got a little melodic.
I can see that.
But of course, it's Meg, so the lyrics were good. But it's still even Meg couldn't make me stay. I'll just say that.
What? Well, you talk about that was my type of.
As I say, I know Good to You, which Pierre were probably your favorite song on the album, friend.
I put this song would eat on MySpace in 2008. Like, I enjoyed it, but I was just like, I felt like it was just too late, girl. You made me listen to all this Maya Angelou, Lauryn Hill type shit just to get. At this point, I was already eating my Wingstop 10-piece. Like, I was so.
Lauryn Hill, Maya Angelou about Blickies though.
I love Blicky. So but you see how Blicky was so far up in the.
Yeah.
Six or seven of these songs could have waited to the next album.
6 or 7 of these songs are the same song.
Yeah, and those
like look what you did, Mariah the Sciences. No, Prized Possession, tease up. Like
I said Prized
now shout out to me.
Okay.
Shout out to me.
This is
the song. Yes.
This is a song that we liked from the BET Awards.
Yes.
And I was like, she's so young. I just wish it was other. Latto would have a great career in writing.
Pierre, literally, I was like, Latto maybe should just be a songwriter.
Latto would. Is that what she did before? What? Oh no, that was okay. Yeah, she was on a little show where she was, trying to come up and be a rapper and stuff. She should write. Latto.
I think Latto should write. And I think Latto is pretty. Okay, now we want to talk about. See, and it's always so funny because again, I think that y'all think that anybody that's light skinned and got a nice body is pretty. Because to me, I'm like, no, Latto is pretty. Like that's a nice looking young woman. She's a beautiful lady. And I think she's like, of course I should be a rapper. Like, look at me. But there is something, I agree. I think that Latto should be a songwriter. And I think that she should be one of them bad bitches that show up on the fucking red carpet and like The Dream. Like The Dream can drop only one album every 10, 15 years, but you see that nigga on that carpet, he responsible for some hits. You know what I'm saying? Like he just has that presence.
The hits be Beyonce hits, of course.
And especially she be like, she want to do this like boss lady, big mama type shit. Like I think that is a very good behind the scenes like CEO persona that she could really, really build up for herself if she wanted to. Like, oh yeah, I'm behind this hit and that hit and this hit and that hit, and I did this and I got money coming from residuals, and yeah, maybe every once in a while I'll pop out with an album, but like Amor said like Jermaine Dupri. Amor, you're too young to remember when Jermaine Dupri was in all of the videos.
Amor. Yeah, you don't even know who that is.
Jermaine Dupri is like that now, sweetheart.
You don't even know who Jermaine Dupri is. She's talking about like Jermaine Dupri. She probably thinks like that's Martin Luther King.
Okay. And then, of course, we have Put It on the Flow, Sunday Service. Those are my favorite songs on the album. I mean, and then she has the remix.
Shout out to Cardi.
Side note, Flo Milli slid on the fucking Sunday Service.
Oh,
remix.
yeah.
And so did Meg, actually. And so did that Sunday Service remix. I don't know what happened with the budget. I guess she was putting all her money into the visuals for Georgia. Baby, they should have did a full. Right. First of all, it shouldn't have took so long between the original Sunday Service and then the Sunday Service remix, and then they should have immediately did a big video for the Sunday Service remix.
I think Meg was on tour
but those verses are so fucking good. Like they slid on those songs. Okay, now
before we talk about that, dude, what's your score? Do you got a score for this?
Okay. I do not like the album. This album was not made for me. However, my score for this album, 7.5 out of 10.
Oh my God, I give it a 7 too. It's crazy because I hate it.
Yeah, I do not like it. I'm not going to listen to a lot of it anymore. But Latto, this is such a solid body of work. And I actually do want to say that I am proud of you. I could tell that you put a lot of creative effort into this album. You took your time with this album. You clearly were trying to do something that was different, that was unexpected. Like, you wanted to take chances. It's just so clear that you clocked in. You went to work when you made this album. It's literally the exact same thing we were saying about JT's album. It's the opposite of what we were saying about Ice Spice album, where she went in there and followed the. I don't need to. That's petty. I don't need to bring that up while we talking about Latto's album. But, oh my God. But Latto, I am extremely proud of you.
Congratulations.
I am an auntie. You are not making music for me per se yet, but I think you'll get there because good music is good music.
Yes.
And so I'm giving it 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, same. Solid. Congrats, Latto. Congrats, Capricorn.
Congratulations. Yeah, congratulations. And I hear that it actually sold pretty well, which...
Let's talk about the next topic, because you...
No, we kind of got to talk about this, because, I like my own little conspiracy theories where I'm just spitting shit off the dome about shit that I think is going on, but I'm actually not prone to like a lot of like the big like music industry machine conspiracies where people be talking about bots and buying sales and streams and shit. I think I saw somewhere that this album like sold like 200 and something, over 200,000 copies or something like that. Yeah. And in my brain, I was like, there's no way in hell that happened when Meg only did 64. No way in hell. I mean, let's just do some fact checking on this.
Nicki Minaj already posted her ha 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 tweet, and that she usually when the album sales of her opponents are super, super low. This is why I want to go to the next topic, because...
Okay, wait. Another thought that came to me. 25 to 35K. Mm-hmm. Up to 40 million. Okay, yeah. Okay, now that makes more sense to me. Yeah. Okay. Basically about half of what Megan. Okay, now that makes more sense to me. Okay. Here's what I will say. I am not the girl who is going to be I'm not gonna ha-ha with Nicki when she is laughing at the girls' album sales, because Nicki, you've had 15 years to build an extremely loyal fan base. You dominated rap for a decade. Of course you have. Of course you're gonna do numbers. Like you. Of course you are. Like, these girls have been outside for 2 weeks. Like, give them a chance. Fine. But here's what I will say. For a lot of the young ladies who have gone toe to toe with Nicki, just in terms of, I guess just artistry, right? Over the past few years, I really, really hate to say this, but the only girl that's keeping up is Doja Cat, if we're being honest. Because again, as y'all know, I had to have a very honest moment even about my good sis, my homegirl here, Meg, like, and with the Megan album, and I understand why, and I offer my theories why and everything like that, but
I blame men.
I don't know who I blame. I just
men.
Yeah, like, if y'all do. At the end of the day, like what I used to keep saying, I used to keep saying, but like, these girls can rap, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do think, I had my little handful of girls like Latto, Megan, Doja Cat, who, in terms of like girls who was beefing with Cardi, like I'm like, I know that they creatively and just on a musical level, they can get there with Nicki. They can go toe to toe for Nicki. That's why Nicki, really picks on them the most, because she recognizes the talent there. And I do still think that's true. Mm-hmm. None of these girls are not talent, But if we think about a Venn diagram of what makes a great body of work, a great artist, right? It's the actual talent, it's the brand, and it is
versatility.
The versatility and how you can and how aware you are of those other things to like create a package. And even Nikki is falling off on some of that right now. Why she is where she is. Because Nikki not even at her peak as far as I'm concerned. Because we didn't even get no fucking videos for Pink Friday too. Okay?
You really just have to write down Beyonce's name and put on the board everything she did and just follow that as a rapper. Because it's a reason why we loved Beyonce when we was 12 and we love Beyonce now that we're in our mid-30s. Like, Beyonce changes over the bitch just released the country album.
Yeah, literally. And even though there are so many young people who are like not Beyonce fans, who are not gonna like necessarily listen to the music, who don't like know, you know, like they know who Beyonce is, they know where she exists in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like they looking at Beyonce how we looked at Diana Ross. It ain't, it's like, yeah, am I turning that shit on to listen to in my day-to-day life like we are? But they know exactly who the fuck she is and they know she's not to be played with, right?
Like if Megan released another album like the last one, like we gonna be done with Meg. We gonna be like, okay, Meg, we done.
She cannot release another album like the last one. And it's crazy because like Megan is now, this thing is happening where Megan is going up in some of those other areas. So like the quality of Megan's videos, we're doing some additional Ass Last content where we talking about some of the music videos that we've been watching lately. Mamushi is one of them. Like, you know, but I told you I think Meg needs to take a break. I think again with Latto, I do not think that Latto's truth. There's no other way to say this. I just don't think that Latto's brand is authentic. And that's why I think that it's not like connecting with fans, because I think that there was an audience for this album that is not necessarily her audience per se. Like, I don't know if she went out and got the people who would like this album. Like, I personally think she should have been going out to get, I think she should have been tapping into Summer Walker's fan base for this album. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, those are the people who are going to love this album, right? I do not think that Latto, like from the teasers and shit that I was seeing, like that, and you know, she doing all like the Atlanta Cascade. Maybe I thought this album was gonna sound like Atlanta 2010. That's not what the album sounded like. It sounded very much so. Yeah, it sounded very much so like Radio Play 2020.
And it's crazy because she always shaking her ass and she always twerk. It ain't no ass shaking. It ain't not one ass shaking song on this. Not one. I'm being serious, y'all.
Latto
it's not
spends so much energy on how fat her ass is. It ain't one ass shaking song.
It's nothing I can shake my ass to, Latto. Like, you ain't give a bitch like me nothing. Like, nothing.
That type of shit is, to me, what makes a cohesive brand that makes sense.
Trina knew how to give you Look Back at Me and Here We Go Again.
Yep.
Trina knew how to Here We Go Again for me and give Look Back at Me for Sesali. Same album.
And on all of Trina's albums, she always has like this soft, you know, these like little softer songs like dedicated to her mom and how she love a nigga. She'll like sneak those on the album. But she know what her singles are. And you got to know that when Trina was popping outside, she was popping outside as the baddest bitch. Period. That's what the videos was giving. That's what the looks was giving. I think that it is so easy to be pretty now. Like, everybody knows how to beat the face. Everybody knows how to do the wigs. Like, I'm telling you, all the girls look the same. Again, going back to JT, that's why JT's album and the rollout was so perfect, because she looked like shit nobody else had going on, and the album didn't sound like. JT said, nah, actually, I like old 2000s Gucci and Jeezy. That's what I want the songs to sound like. Even Sexy Red, if we being honest,
coming,
like
JT coming, JT coming.
Sexy Red's commitment to like that trap music sound, like that 2000s trap music sound, it's like at the very least, I know I can put Sexy Red music on, and I know that that's what I want to hear. Like, it's, you know, even if it's niche, it's niche for me, you know. Can we also talk about Latto's obsession with her sister now?
You know, I'm so old. I keep thinking her sister is Hennessy.
Child, that is Cardi's sister.
I know. I'm very old, y'all. Because I keep hearing about Latto's sister, and I keep saying, "What is Hennessy doing? What is she doing?"
So apparently that young lady was spotted out on a date with Drake. Also, she's younger than Latto.
She must be. I was just going to say she's
22.
Be 20.
Yeah, I think her little sister is like 21, 22. He's never going to beat those allegations. But yeah, she, you know, basically she's light skinned and she's pretty. And as y'all know, Latto is in a not public but open secret long-term relationship with a certain Atlanta rapper. And so Latto, here's what I am theorizing. Latto cannot be like she can't go too hard on like, I'm the bitch all these niggas want to fuck. I take, you know, I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I be flirting with rap niggas in the DMs because,
so she talk about her sister.
So she talks up, yeah. So by proxy, it's like me and my sister are so pretty, and when me and my sister pop out, which is like some very weird light skinned girl shit. Like that's like a very specific brand of like.
If you from the hood, you know what type of light skinned bitches these are.
Pretty girl ditzy shit. It's like that. I only like, you know, girls who feel like they have to curate their crew. Like it can only be pretty girls.
The Ashleys from Recess.
Yeah, like it's giving that like girls who, yeah, like it's a really interesting thing that's going on with her little sister.
This girl is tall as hell, and they look so older. Not older. She's 21 and she looks older than Latto.
Yeah, it's because it's the look that the girls are going for now. Everybody wants to look like a vixen, but like the very essence of y'all. Let me talk to y'all young girls real quick. Because the essence of a vixen, right, is like a woman who understands and has mastered her sexuality and knows how to like move that. That is something that literally only comes with experience. And so like when you want to walk into a room as that type of bad bitch, you're giving like, I've lived through some shit, I've seen some shit, I've done some shit, I know what's going on here. You look mature. That's not in a negative way. You're not, again, like Pierre said, you don't look old, you look sexy, but you definitely look mature, which is why I'm noticing there, you know, the Ruben man always has his all white party, and somebody that I follow on TikTok who does like cultural commentary was like talking about, you know, the girls who were there. One of the things I was noticing was that a lot of those girls are doing this thing where they're doing sexy in this very like Lolita way, where they're specifically trying to look like younger. And I'm seeing some black girls do that, where like they put like wearing like, you seen the black girls wearing the big bows in their hair. Yeah. But then they'll do it and they still have a schoolgirl skirt with their ass hanging out the bottom. So it's like, but to me, it's like there's more than one way to be sexy, and like vixen is not the only one. And I think as a 21-year-old girl, like vixen doesn't necessarily have to be the way that you give it up.
It's like actually
that. You know what I'm saying?
It's scary to me. It's scary because shouldn't no nigga be looking at you? And
yeah, like babe, you 21. You should not look attractive to a nigga in his 40s and 50s. A nigga in his 40s and 50s should not look at you and think, oh, I bet you she know what to want to do. Truthfully, truthfully.
Drake is disgusting.
But
pig.
Yeah, that's a That's a weirdo. And all niggas be like that. Like, niggas like, the truth, the real simple of it is that niggas who still want women who are submissive and stupid and women that they can control, that's why they like young bitches, because young bitches do not have enough life experience yet to stand on business and not let a nigga have their way with them. I'm so sorry, sis. It's not because you so fine. It's not because you so mature. Correct. It's because you are young. You have an overinflated sense of what beauty does for you in the world. Like, beauty does a lot for you. Hey, I'll be the first bitch to tell you, being pretty is gonna get you a lot of places in the world. But I do think that once you live a little, what you also start to recognize is like, yep, and it's a lot of fucking pretty girls.
It's a lot of pretty.
It's a lot of them.
My friend Char say it's a pretty bitch land in LAX every 10 minutes. What else is going on?
Like clockwork. Multiple of them, I'd say. Like, yeah, it's so. Anyway, that's just a little. That's our public service announcement for, the young girls who think who are not questioning big age gaps with niggas. Now, if you are a young girl who has found a line of work for yourself that involves those sort of interactions, you be careful. You do your research. Stay safe. Have your exit strategy. Do what you do. But baby, these niggas don't love you. They think you stupid. They think you stupid and malleable and like pliable and able to like be able to bend. And you can also see with like older pretty women who started to date niggas they ain't had no business dating too young, because then that mentality follows them. Then they be 30 and 35 years old still
looking for the
But
neck.
Anyway, purse first. So yeah, those are our thoughts on Sugar Honey Iced Tea. Not for us, but we're extremely proud of you, Latto.
Congrats, Latto.
For Ass Last, Pierre, you saw the Carisha Please interview with Sesali?
I sure did.
Patrons. Because I thought a lot of people would. Apparently, my opinion was unpopular. I'm curious to see. I posted a little snippet of it on TikTok already, but yeah, let's get into it. So, Young Miami is about to do season 2 of her podcast, Carisha Please, which is still on Revolt, which Diddy is no longer associated with Revolt. And I feel like Carisha definitely confirmed that for me on this interview. So this remains a Carisha Stan account. Purse First remains a Carisha Stan account. Absolutely. And congratulations to you. You back at work. As you should be.
Omer.
Alright. If you are not subscribed to Patreon, make sure you go listen to the conversation we just had about the latest Carisha Please episode, where Carisha herself was in the hot seat with one Saucy Santana. It's only $5 a month. In addition to that, you will get extra bonus content. This week, we actually are about to talk about some music videos. We're going to talk about Mamushi. We're going to talk about Georgia Peach. We're also going to talk about this Nissan Altima video that Doechii just dropped. Listen, I'm about to start a GoFundMe to get Doechii the credit that she deserves, because she's being robbed. If y'all like Purse First, make sure y'all are giving us 5-star ratings, writing reviews wherever you listen to us. You can watch this version of the podcast on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel there. For those of y'all who do not like to pull up y'all podcast app or listen to Spotify on y'all, or listen to podcasts on y'all Spotify, y'all can watch this on YouTube. And then follow the show. Once a month, Pierre goes live to talk about things that we talked about on the episode, things going on with the Rap Girls. So you can follow us on Instagram at Purse First Show. You can follow me at Bad Fat Black Girl everywhere. You can follow Prince Charming P everywhere on social medias. And with that, we will holla.
Purse First is supported by Critical Minded, an initiative to invest in cultural critics of color, co-founded by the Nathan Cummins Foundation and the Ford Foundation. Y'all keep us on point. Thank y'all for everything y'all do.